There are forces in this world that build you, and forces that break you. Some lift you into realms of greatness. Others pull you quietly, almost imperceptibly, into ruin. Among these forces are the people we allow into our lives, those who either sharpen our spirit or slowly poison it. Today we must confront a truth few dare to speak. Not every soul who crosses your path is meant to walk beside you. Some bring storms disguised as softness. Some unravel the very fabric of your destiny with nothing but a smile. Before we dive deeper, I want you to pause and reflect on this simple but powerful question. Type your answer in the comments below. Have you ever felt your energy dim around someone, even when you couldn't explain why? Your story may awaken others if you find yourself drawn into the mysteries we are about to unveil. If you feel the pull of ancient wisdom whispering through these words, strike the like button, not just as a gesture, but as a signal that you are ready to see what was once hidden. In this journey, we will uncover 6 silent signs, 6 forgotten markers whispered through time by those who studied human nature not with fleeting emotion, but with the clarity of reason and the patience of sages. These signs reveal the essence of a low-value woman, a woman not judged by wealth, looks, or fleeting status, but by her spirit's weight, her character's foundation, or lack thereof. This is not about judgment nor cruelty. It is about discernment. It is about the sacred art of protecting your inner kingdom from forces that drain, deceive, and dismantle the soul's silent empire. We will weave through ancient teachings, Stoic truths, and timeless parables to uncover what modern eyes so often miss. You will learn how to recognize these 6 shadows, how to shield your spirit, and how to move through the world with eyes open, heart guarded, and purpose unshaken. Stay with me, for what you are about to hear, once known, can never be forgotten. And once you see, you will never again walk blind among the hidden dangers that most mistake for beauty. Long before the clamor of modern life, before endless distractions blurred the soul's vision, ancient philosophers sat in stone courtyards beneath open skies, contemplating the true nature of value. They understood what so many today have forgotten, that the worth of a person is not stamped upon their face, nor proclaimed by their possessions, but revealed quietly through action, through spirit, through the silent choices made when no one is watching. The Stoics, those austere guardians of wisdom, knew that to walk wisely through the world was to master the art of discernment. Marcus Aurelius wrote not of superficial charms, but of inner virtues. Epictetus taught that external allure fades, but the character of a soul either polishes or corrodes the spirit it touches. Seneca warned that the greatest threat to one's peace was not in the tempests outside, but in the wrong company within one's gates. And though their words have crossed centuries, their warnings have grown faint in the roar of a world obsessed with surfaces. Where once value was measured by integrity, it is now mistaken for status. Where once wisdom counseled patience and caution, impulsivity reigns. What was once sacred discernment has become, for many, a forgotten language. Yet traces of this ancient wisdom remain if you know where to look. In the lost scrolls of early Stoic thought, hidden between lines of meditation and moral discipline, are teachings about recognizing the disordered soul, a being whose life is ruled by fleeting emotions, hollow ambitions, and chaotic desires. The ancients did not separate this disorder by gender or station. They spoke of it as a universal plague, one that could corrupt a man, a woman, a city, even an entire civilization if left unchecked. But they also knew where chaos takes root, it does so through the unseen, through the subtle, through the easily dismissed. The low-value woman in the eyes of ancient philosophers was not a figure of scorn, but a figure of sorrow, a soul adrift, unaware of her own self-betrayal, her own drifting away from virtue and towards inner decay. Her presence, though alluring on the surface, bore the fingerprints of imbalance, of excess pride, of hunger without discipline. And to entangle oneself with such a spirit was not merely a mistake, it was a danger to the soul's evolution. Over time, these teachings faded, eroded by cultures that prioritized spectacle over substance. What was once common wisdom became hidden, surviving only in the quiet echoes of ancient texts, waiting for seekers to rediscover them. Today, we are called to remember, to look beyond what dazzles the eyes and to see with the sight of the spirit, to recognize the ancient signs, not to judge, not to condemn, but to protect the sanctity of our path. For in the teachings of Stoicism, one truth burns eternal. Your destiny is shaped not just by your strength, but by the forces you allow to walk beside you. Now let us step into the heart of these 6 forgotten signs and see the unseen. The first sign reveals itself in the dance of endless drama. A low-value woman is not at peace within herself. Her life becomes a constant theater of conflict, whispers, and imagined betrayals. Wherever she goes, chaos follows like a shadow. It is not mere coincidence. It is the outward manifestation of inner turmoil. The Stoics taught that a soul untamed by reason seeks drama, as a drowning man seeks breath. And if you find yourself drawn into her storms, know this: the tempest is not around her. It is within her. The second sign lies hidden in her hunger for validation. Watch closely, not at what she says, but at what she craves. Compliments are not accepted with grace, but consumed with desperation. Attention is not a gift. It is her lifeblood. And like a cup with no bottom, no matter how much you pour, it will never be enough. In the writings of Epictetus, we are warned, if you seek outside yourself what can only be found within, you will be endlessly enslaved. A woman who seeks her worth in the eyes of others is a spirit shackled, and those who draw near her risk being shackled too. The third sign is a subtle but devastating inversion of virtue, the elevation of material over moral. Her admiration is reserved for wealth, status, appearances, not for wisdom, kindness, or integrity. She values the mask more than the face, the glitter more than the gold. In ancient times, such a soul was called hollow-chested, appearing full but empty where it mattered most. And to tie your fate to one who worships false idols is to slowly drift from your own center of truth. The fourth sign is the refusal of accountability. In the ancient schools, students were taught that to grow is to admit fault, to confront one's own weaknesses without flinching. But the low-value woman wears blame like armor, deflecting every reflection that might force her to see herself. Every mistake is another's fault, every consequence an injustice. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Blame is a fruitless garden. It bears nothing but more pain." Those who deny their role in their own story can never be trusted to walk faithfully beside you. The fifth sign flickers in the way she speaks of others. Words, like water, reveal the shape of their container. Listen closely. Is her speech filled with gossip, bitterness, contempt? A soul focused outward, judging and belittling, is a soul afraid to face its own emptiness. The Stoics believed that to belittle another is to declare war on oneself. If her lips are sharp with poison, her heart is surely sick with it too. The sixth sign, the most dangerous of all, is the absence of purpose, a life adrift, untethered to any higher calling. She moves not with intention, but with impulse. She dreams, perhaps, but she does not build. She wishes, but she does not will. In the ancient world, purpose was the thread that bound a life together. Without it, a person becomes a leaf in the wind, beautiful for a moment, but destined to fall. These six signs do not shout. They whisper. They do not announce themselves at the gates of your life. They slip quietly through unguarded doors. It is your sacred task, if you are to live wisely and well, to see them, to name them, to turn, if necessary, and walk away. Not with anger, but with a deep, abiding reverence for your own journey. Yet this is only the beginning, for within each of these signs lie deeper truths, paradoxes hidden within paradoxes, and mysteries that even the ancients only glimpsed. Beneath the surface of these six signs, another reality pulses, one far older and more complex than mere behavior. For what appears as disorder in the outward life is, in truth, the reflection of a deeper fracture, the betrayal of the soul's sacred duty to itself. In Stoic thought, every being is born with a fragment of the Logos, a divine order, a cosmic thread linking the mortal to the infinite. To live in harmony with that thread is to live in virtue, strength, and quiet magnificence. But when one forsakes this calling, when the inner compass is ignored in favor of fleeting pleasures and shallow victories, a silent war begins within. A low-value woman, then, is not merely acting poorly. She is at war with her own essence. This war creates strange illusions, the hunger for validation. It is not vanity alone, it is the desperate cry of a spirit that has lost its own voice. The endless drama. It is the unconscious mind trying to create meaning where none has been cultivated. Gossip, materialism, blame, these are not causes. They are symptoms, echoes of a deeper exile from the self. And yet these illusions are potent. They can snare even the wise. The ancient Stoics warned of the mask of false virtue, a phenomenon where chaos dresses itself in beauty, where weakness wears the appearance of strength. A low-value woman may appear confident, vivacious, intoxicating, but watch longer, feel deeper, and the cracks emerge. Insecurity hiding beneath defiance, bitterness hidden in laughter, emptiness lurking behind grand ambitions. Here lies the great paradox. What glitters most brightly often covers the greatest voids. Seneca cautioned, "It is the mind that is diseased, and it adorns itself outwardly. The ornaments, the drama, the incessant seeking, they are veils, thin and desperate, fluttering over an aching hunger for wholeness." But there is a second paradox, even deeper. The low-value woman is not your enemy. She is a mirror, a reflection of what happens when the soul is neglected, when the internal garden is left untended, when the sacred connection to wisdom and virtue is forgotten. Thus the Stoic does not respond with hatred or superiority. He responds with clarity. He sees, he understands, and then with compassion for both himself and the other, he chooses the path of separation, honoring both souls by refusing to participate in the slow decay. And so you must learn, not only to recognize these signs, but to see through them, to perceive not merely the actions, but the fractures beneath. To understand that protecting your soul does not always mean fighting. Often it means quietly walking away. In this deeper seeing, you reclaim your own destiny. you step back onto the ancient path of the wise, the path that honors your spirit's sacred work in this life. And now, having seen the architecture of decay, it is time to turn toward the architecture of strength. Next, we will journey into the realm of action, into the timeless practices and mindsets that shield you from harm and guide you toward unshakable inner power. Stay with me. The most important steps are yet to come. Knowledge without application is a sword left to rust. Now that you have seen the signs, the illusions, the deeper fractures hidden beneath, the question becomes, how do you guard your soul in a world where such forces move unseen? The first step is stillness. In a world obsessed with reaction, the Stoic remains silent and observant. Practice the ancient art of inner watchfulness. Before you are drawn into anyone's orbit, pause, observe. Listen not to words alone, but to energy, to patterns, to the subtle vibrations that either uplift or drain you. Your body will often sense what your mind has been taught to ignore. Honor that intuition. It is the language of survival written into your blood by countless generations. Second, cultivate the virtue of boundaries. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, but it also becomes dyed with the company it keeps." Create sacred space around your life, mental, emotional, even spiritual, and guard it with quiet ferocity. Not all who knock at your door should be allowed inside. To say no without guilt is not cruelty. It is an act of supreme love toward your future self. Third, strengthen the fortress within. Every day, anchor yourself in purpose. Choose a single virtue, courage, wisdom, temperance, justice, and dedicate your day to embodying it, even in the smallest actions. A woman adrift in purposelessness cannot easily ensnare a man anchored in destiny. Purpose is a shield. It makes you luminous to those who seek growth, and invisible to those who seek chaos. Fourth, practice the ritual of daily reflection. At the end of each day, sit quietly and review your encounters. Who energized you? Who drained you? Where did you feel yourself compromising your values, even slightly? The ancient Stoics believed that a day without examination was a day lost to decay. Reflection purifies the mind, sharpens the soul, and gently realigns you with your highest self. Fifth, speak little and listen deeply. In every conversation, listen not only to what is said, but to what is unsaid. Listen for contradiction, for resentment disguised as humor, for restlessness disguised as ambition. Over time, you will see more with a glance than others see in a lifetime of conversation. This is the hidden sight, the pronoia the ancients whispered about, the ability to anticipate harm before it strikes. Sixth, and perhaps most important, cultivate compassion from a distance. Understand that those who embody these signs are not evil, they are lost. They are trapped within prisons built by ignorance, fear, and unmet needs. But it is not your duty to save them. It is your duty to save yourself. A drowning man cannot rescue another drowning man. Save your breath for your own ascent. Save your spirit for the works yet to be built by your hands. Finally, anchor yourself to the eternal. Each morning, before the noise of the world enters your heart, reconnect with that which is timeless. Whether through prayer, meditation, reflection upon sacred texts, or a simple moment beneath the open sky. Remember who you are. Remember why you walk this path. And remember that your soul is not a vessel to be filled by others, but a flame to be protected, fed, and honored. By practicing these timeless techniques, you will not only shield yourself, You will rise. You will walk through a world of shadows untouched, untangled, unbroken. You will embody the rarest of strengths, the silent, radiant power of a soul that refuses to be corrupted. And when others see you, they will not see armor or arrogance. They will see mystery, depth, an unshakable light that even the darkest forces cannot extinguish. You will not merely survive the storms of life. You will become the calm eye at their center. You have seen now what many will never see. You have peered beneath the surface, beyond the illusions, into the hidden patterns that shape destinies and destroy them. Most walk blindly through their days, mistaking noise for music, chaos for passion, emptiness for depth. But not you. You now carry an ancient lens, a way of seeing that the wise have guarded for millennia. Remember this: the signs of a low-value woman are not simply warnings. They are invitations. Invitations to deepen your own wisdom, to strengthen your own virtue, to honor the sacredness of your own journey. The Stoics knew that life is not a matter of controlling the world, but mastering oneself. The brokenness of others need not become your burden. Their drama, their hunger, their drift need not become your path. You have the power to choose, to walk away when necessary, not out of pride, but out of profound love for your future. To say no to what dims your light, and yes to what nourishes your spirit. Guard your soul as the ancients guarded their temples. Be vigilant, be discerning, be kind, but be unyielding. And above all, remember this truth: you are not here merely to avoid the brokenness of others. You are here to build something beautiful, to create a life so grounded, so luminous, that even in a world of chaos, you remain unshaken, untouched, untamed. Now, as you close this chapter and step back into the world, carry this vision with you. Speak little, walk with purpose, protect your peace like a sacred flame, for you are a bearer of ancient knowledge now, one of the few. If this journey spoke to your soul, if it stirred something ancient and true within you, then I invite you to leave a comment below. I choose to protect my peace. Let it be your vow to yourself and to all those quietly watching. And if you found this wisdom valuable, if you wish to walk even deeper into these forgotten teachings, into the arts of Stoic strength and spiritual clarity, then honor this space we have created together. Like this video, share it with a fellow traveler, and subscribe for more paths into the timeless mysteries. The world may pull at you with 1,000 noisy hands, but you now walk a quieter, stronger path. Until we meet again, stay luminous, stay steadfast, and protect your peace like your soul depends on it. Because it does.